What's up, AfterBuzzers? Welcome back to the Snoop and Martha Potluck dinner. We've been gone for a minute. We hope you guys had a wonderful holiday, Christmas, Happy New Year. But we're going to talk about the last 3 episodes, Raw Fish, The Game, and The Hog. Let's get it.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
There we go.
Beyond, hey,
I'm beyond all
get
that
it.
fuck shit.
All that fuck shit.
Hey,
There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Go Tamara.
Hey, go Tamara. Get it.
Go
Get it.
Tamara.
Get it. Get it. As you can see, we are very happy to be back in the building. It's the after show for the Snoop and Martha's Potluck dinner.
Aww.
And it's been a little minute.
Yeah, who are you guys?
I know. Seriously. Happy New Year.
Happy
New
New
Year to
Year.
our AfterBuzzers as well.
Happy
Thanks
President's
for joining.
Day. Happy Valentine's Day.
President's Day with no
With
apostrophe.
no president.
That part. I'm your girl, Robin with the V McSweeney, and to my left, your right, the beautiful, beautiful Tamara.
Hi, I'm Tamara Brown. Find me on Twitter at BrownTamara.
Hi, I'm Ava Hill, and you can find me on Instagram at the Ava Hill.
Hey, and you can find me at B Stays Busy. Make sure you're joining in because I'm sure there's a lot to talk about. We're going to be covering all 3 episodes, 6 through 8. So, in true fashion, this episode 6, they're talking about something fishy, aka something raw, which happens to be my most favorite
Yes.
thing on the planet is raw fish.
Really?
Ava,
Yes,
your face.
me too.
Well, because you're from the South.
No, but actually, being from the South, I should be obsessed with fish, and my parents...
No, but raw fish and being
Oh.
obsessed with fish. Like
Oh,
fried fish, yeah, you're probably obsessed with, but
well,
raw fish
No, I'm not a fan of fish. Period.
at
general.
all. Oh, okay, so you're special
I'm
just
regardless.
No, I'm just lazy, and my mom growing up, she would get me flounder because, it was.
I
the
don't
only
even think
fish.
I've ever had that.
Yeah, because I mean.
Oh my gosh,
otherwise-
like from the Little Mermaid flounder.
Well,
That's
that
just
just made me feel
mean.
bad,
Okay.
but
Nemo.
that just made me feel bad. But no, I mean, I was just lazy, and you just every 0.2 seconds you're having to like find a bone. I can't do it.
Well, that's why you eat sushi. There's no bones in sushi.
No bones in sushi ever.
There is not.
And in this particular episode, Martha quotes Old Dirty Bastard talking about she likes it raw. Like, I think
can't.
at this point we have to expect.
I just
We
can't.
have to expect the sexual innuendos.
I think they need to let those go. They're not.
Yes.
They're not worth it. Like it doesn't bring in. It never gets a big laugh. It's just a little uncomfortable.
Sometimes it gets a little uncomfortable. Sometimes it's cute, but now it's kind of like, all right, settle everybody.
I just kind of feel like those kind of jokes are expected, like the sexual jokes and like the drug jokes,
Yeah,
For
the
sure.
drug
Unfortunately.
jokes
The
are
drug
getting
jokes-
real heavy because they're moving past the greenery. But we'll
excuse
get
me.
into that. We'll get into that on the.
The
'cause we've got
drug
too much.
jokes are organic,
They
at
are.
least, so to
Yeah,
speak.
that's
oh,
true.
I
They're
like,
like-
that, but don't. I
Yeah,
like
they
that.
are,
But
they
they-
organic, we.
But
okay.
the drug jokes are organic. The sexual innuendos sound so
little
forced.
Yeah, a little
Yes.
forced.
That's all. Like when Betty White does it, they're trying to make Martha like Betty White.
is making jokes at 95.
Yes, that's
Oh,
all.
she
They,
is
they make her
popping.
this like saucy minx in anything that Betty White is in now. But like
She's
I think that's
popping.
what they're trying to do with Martha.
That
but
is
it just
goals.
doesn't. It doesn't seem. It's not the same. It just seems so forced.
I want to
It's
be
cute.
95 making sexual jokes.
But one thing that
You
is
will
not.
be.
Oh,
Thank
she's gonna
you.
be making jokes for the rest
Thank
of her
you. I
life.
appreciate it.
One thing that isn't forced is
Thank
the
you.
fact that there's a drink every segment. I like that, and it's important. And for this episode, they did sake, which I provided to my girls.
Thank you, Robin.
One thing that they didn't bring up in this episode that I was surprised about was sake etiquette. So
Oh.
for sake, you're not supposed to pour your own. You pour for others.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Oh.
Right. So next time we go sushi, if we go to sushi, I'm supposed to take it, pour yours,
So
and
if
then
I go
someone
on a
takes it and
date
pours
and
mine.
a guy doesn't pour my sake, is that a
No,
red
don't be
flag?
mad. Don't be mad. No,
Yeah.
because
Okay.
He probably just
they
didn't
might
know.
not know. So it's not the end of the world, But We have some chilled sake here.
Do you prefer hot or
Cheers.
cold?
I like hot, but I did some research, and when it's heated up, it takes away from the
You guys, I
components.
put my gum on the corner of this cup, and now it's in my sake. So
See, that's
awesome.
See, that's that ghetto stuff. I
Robin
love it.
wanted flavored sake.
Kampai.
Now we got it.
Peppermint
Kampai.
sake.
Kampai is cheers.
Yeah.
Boom, boom. So in this
sip
episode,
it.
we had Mike Epps roll through, Kathy Griffin, who you are not a fan of. I want to
This is
hear
a
about
little-
this.
She's a little annoying. Sorry to start off the show with all my complaints.
No, I mean that's what it's about. We speak our mind.
well, I mean, you know,
Yeah, we all have them.
we all have them.
And then each of them had their own guest celebrity chef to come and help them with their dish. So Snoop did California roll, which is super basic. Like I feel like whenever I go for sushi with someone, they're like, "Yeah, I like sushi," and they just order
like,
a California roll. I'm like, "You don't eat sushi. That's not real
my
sushi."
favorite sushi is always with the fried.
The crispy rice.
Like crunchy.
It's crunchy.
roll.
Oh,
yeah.
The tempura. It's got-
Tempura.
Yeah,
Tempura.
tempura roll is my favorite. It's
Okay,
my
you can
favorite.
slide. I mean, for those that don't really like it raw, I mean, tempura is a good.
I don't know where this is going.
I mean, it's just sushi. That's all I'm talking about. It's raw fish.
What's your
okay?
favorite, Robin?
I like salmon.
Yeah.
I like salmon, and I pretty much like salmon any way you can think of. So I like it cooked, baked. I like it smoked. I like it raw. I love salmon.
I love the spicy tuna. Usually that's what I'll start out with.
That's a good one too, and that's a good one to graduate from California roll. You know, like if you don't.
I feel like California roll is like a safe. It's a safe.
very
Yeah.
safe.
order
Well, there's
to get.
nothing. Yeah.
There's really nothing to it. You know.
Right. It's
like
the imitation crab.
It's a great
Yeah.
introduction to sushi.
Just mayonnaise.
Exactly. And then once you feel comfortable with that, then try some tuna, the spicy tuna.
My mom loves sushi, but she refuses to learn how to use chopsticks. So when we go to sushi, she asks for a fork, and I'm so embarrassed. I'm like,
No,
just
don't
use,
be
just use your
embarrassed.
hands.
I do that.
Just use your hands,
It's not
Mom.
for everybody.
I do that.
You don't need to eat sushi with a fork.
True. Well, another fun fact, because in Japan, it's finger food. It's like how we order French
Yeah,
fries.
yeah.
That's
But their rolls are smaller too. Their rolls are small enough that they actually can
Well,
take
look,
it. Because
I-
sometimes our rolls are like this big. I'm not about to
Yeah.
grab that with my hand.
well. I can relate to your mom. I refuse to learn myself, but
Not even the one with the rubber bands, the little kitty ones.
no. But I do eat.
Do they have those in restaurants though?
Yeah,
Yes.
they do.
But
Absolutely.
I eat sushi with my fingers.
I think that's okay.
Some of them are just too big and they just doing the most. Some
You
of
just
them I
bite in
can't.
half.
Some of them will unravel.
Yeah,
Some of them have stuff
You
on
have
top.
to gather the sushi.
No, bro,
Gather
I'm gonna
your
use
life.
I'm gonna use my chopsticks. I'm gonna leave the other stuff to y'all and your mom and Tamara's mom. And then so Martha, of course, couldn't do anything basic. She did. I don't know if it was the sea urchin unagi, I think it's called, where she sat there. It's the one with the spikes and used this tool that looks like a shovel that you stick inside of it and crack it open. It was just horrible to watch. It was really horrible to watch. But have you guys tried that before?
The sea
It's like a
urchin.
tongue.
I've had I think I've had everything that you can think of. I'm an adventurous eater, so
Hey,
I'll try
my kind
it.
of girl.
Yeah.
So, Ava, it's basically like, it's really, how would you explain it? It looks like a tongue, but it's really soft. And when you taste it, it's salty. And it almost melts in your
yeah,
mouth.
it melts in your mouth. That's a
Okay.
good way to put it.
So I would probably want to eat that with a lot of wasabi because sometimes it when I say melt in your mouth, it almost like
Just
creams in your mouth.
dissolves,
Yeah.
yeah.
It dissolves in your mouth.
That's interesting.
So with some rice, maybe not by itself.
Okay.
So that's what those two made with the help of Mike and Kathy. I mean, and I think that was pretty much the end of that. And Dram, did I say it right? Josh? No, maybe? Dram?
Yeah.
Dram performed Broccoli, which is what we came into. So that was the turn up for episode 6. Episode 7 was all about the game, which I hope you guys caught that Super Bowl after show that we had over here in AfterBuzz, because I'm all about
It's weird that
the
this show aired after, like a week after the Super Bowl.
I know. It's been
Yeah,
really
and then
weird.
like they didn't even pick the teams that were playing.
Yeah.
I think they had to keep it ambiguous because there was a possibility that they might not have been able to air it
they
around that
probably
time.
recorded. They probably shot that episode like in November.
It was a long, it was way before the
oh.
teams were even chosen. So I think that was just supposed to be their theme for that week, but unexpectedly, we didn't have any more episodes until last week.
Now, isn't Snoop's son a football player? Like, I think he's playing in college
used to
or
play
something.
at UCLA, but he quit.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Wait, but isn't
no,
that
he
the same?
quit?
Yeah, but isn't that the same story with P Diddy's son? Something happened with that too. He's a football player.
Didn't he
at
get
some
injured?
college.
Yep, same thing.
And P Diddy came on the field and got a little lit.
Oh, with the
the
coach.
coach.
I remember that.
I thought that was Snoop. Okay, so
That was Diddy.
That was
You're right.
definitely
okay.
Diddy.
Parallel. Okay, so
Oh, so wait, so Snoop doesn't have
No,
his
they
son
both
didn't
he
have
play?
does.
Oh, okay.
He does
yeah.
too.
But Snoop's son quit because he didn't want to pursue football anymore.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
That must have been a lot of pressure.
And at UCLA on top of that, that's amazing.
Yeah. Good
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I want to feel like it was a privileged move or like, cause what is he doing right now?
He's Snoop Dogg's son. He
I know.
doesn't
What are
have
you
to-
doing for yourself? Like,
You don't have to.
you need to stand on your own
You
feet
don't.
and do
You
something for
don't.
yourself. Okay. Anyway. So for the episode 7, they did the lemon shandy, which I have never had. I don't know. Do you guys go to football parties, game parties?
I'm a huge football person, especially being from the South. I love college football though.
That's where it's at.
Yeah,
That's really
college
lit.
football is just there's just something so just like fun about it. But yeah, definitely, I love getting people together.
Who's your
and
team?
Having classic.
Shout it out.
Well, my first team is the Chanticleers. I went to Coastal Carolina University.
That sounds
Okay.
made up.
Okay, throwing shade at my alma mater.
I'm a big fan of the chandeliers.
Chanticleers.
She came for you.
She came for my school,
Yeah,
and I don't know how I'm gonna take that. And then my second.
I don't know anything about college football.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll let that slide. And then
She get a pass.
my second team is the Gamecocks, USC, University of South Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not as into the NFL as I am into college football. However, I live for things like the Super Bowl and getting people together and having, finger foods for the football party and drinks.
Yeah,
and
I used to just be into whatever team that of the man I was dating at the
Oh,
time.
see,
Like, that was-
no. You have to
well,
have
I
your-
grew up liking the Cowboys. Like, I was a tomboy, and I
that's
grew up
unfortunate.
liking the Cowboys.
But you have to have
You're a
like,
hater.
kind of, but you have to have your own 2 feet in sports, honey. You really got.
Did you just take the words that I just used about
I did.
Snoop's
I did.
son
I
and use
did.
it against me?
I did.
That's talent.
I did.
You're going somewhere. You're
I
going
did.
places.
People have told me I need to be a lawyer.
Girl,
Maybe I
because
should
you sure
pursue
did just
that.
spin that on
I
me.
did. I did.
But yeah, so I'm not really into sports like I used to
I'm a
be.
Chiefs fan.
That's not okay.
I mean, but if you invite me, I'm coming. I'm coming through.
Yeah, for sure.
Because
I'm there
I'ma
for the party.
I mean,
No, but
again,
I need
when
you
I went
guys to know
ask me-
information about football. You can't come to a football party and
I know how it's played.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm
I
not
can watch a
ignorant,
game.
but I don't like I don't have my fantasy players that I'm following everybody's stats.
I'm
and
not gonna
stuff
come
like
with the
that.
hat,
But-
the jersey, the
Yeah.
socks, the,
Okay.
the,
Yeah.
the towel. Like I probably won't.
Yeah.
Unless it's like for you, and I'm like, what team do you like? Okay, and then I'll go shop and get some.
And I
stuff.
also don't pretend. I think when I was like around 21, 22, I pretended to. I was one of those girls that like pretended that I was super into football and knew all about
for
it.
the
So,
guy?
yeah, kind of, I guess. But like, I didn't really know what I was talking about. But
That's funny as hell.
now I'm just like.
Now you own it.
You gotta just
I'm
keep
like,
it real
yeah,
with yourself.
I
At
mostly
the
like
end of the
I
day.
mostly like watching it because I like to drink beer during the day, and it's
have
I
a
don't mind
reason
mine
to go out and drink. Like
yeah.
I'll go down to the parlor when there's a big game. Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
get that
It's
food
fun.
and I'm gonna drink, and I'm a hoorah with whoever I'm hoorahing with. But that's about it. So as far as going to the bar or going to a house party, what types of food do you guys feel is necessary that have to be
Hamburger.
there? Hamburger,
Hamburger, like especially
sliders.
Sliders, wings.
Wings. That's me
is
all
for
day.
sure
You
a
better
must.
have some wings.
Here's
Is
what
a
I love.
must.
I'm not a big
Pizza.
fan of chicken, but I love when buffalo wings. I'm the
Wait,
person that
wait.
eats. Hold on, I'm the person that eats the carrots and the celery
that come with the wings.
but the sauce got on it, and so I'm eating the vegetables
With a
with
little
the-
bit of buffalo sauce and ranch.
and then dip it in the ranch.
You lost
Okay,
me.
I
You
like
lost me
that.
at the first statement.
I'm not that into chicken.
Yeah,
Whoa.
It's all right. It's all right. But she tossed her veggies into buffalo style veggies. Did you hear
chicken.
that
It's
part?
just not my
No.
favorite.
Yeah, I know you were
I
so
didn't-
caught up on the chicken part, but the veggies, buffalo sauce and the ranch.
Yes, I love
Come
that.
through veggies. Come through. No, okay. All right, whatever. Ava's not a fan. I'm down for that, but I'm probably the one that's eating all the chicken wings, and let them be some lemon pepper on the table.
Also, when I do eat wings, everybody gets mad at me because I don't eat it all. Like I leave
Meat
I
on the
leave too
bone?
much meat. I guess I don't know how to eat.
I'm working on that. I used to leave a lot of meat. I used to leave a lot of meat on the bones.
Wait,
but I've
what?
grown. I have since grown and
I
matured
just
into
hurt
an
Ava's
adult
soul.
wing eater. But
I don't understand.
okay. Well, what drinks are you expecting to be there?
Beer, obviously.
That's it.
I mean, no, because I'm more of a liquor person.
Right.
but
I need a cocktail, but
I usually think because we're West Coast, the first game starts at 10 a.m.
See, and
so
that's-
it's usually Bloody Mary.
And see that's
See,
something that I
okay.
just can't get with when it comes to the West Coast. I mean, I'm used to like having the whole day to pregame and then have the Super Bowl come on at around like 7, 8.
Right.
Over here, it's like you wake up at 9:30. If you're not drinking, the game's on at 10 a.m. So it's like,
true.
I love that.
I can't get with it.
But I
can't
also
get
think
with
that's
it.
where her Martha's lemon shandy lemon shandy would come into
Award
shoot.
shows too. It's like 8:30
They're still in the
a.m., red
evening.
carpet.
They're still in the evening. Red
5,
carpets are
that's
like
early.
maybe
It is
3.
annoying for like
That's early.
certain awards shows that won't live broadcast it on the West Coast.
Right.
Yeah.
It's weird.
So moving on, this episode they had the guests from Chat Kitchen, Chef Spank and Chef News, and I've been following them on Instagram for a really long time.
I want to
I've
go
been
to
drooling over
wanna
that
go.
pineapple bowl. It's
That had
so
a lot
good.
of sauce on it for me, but I really
But
do want to go.
that's the end of it, you know. Like you can always tell them to hold the sriracha, then you can get that on the side. Because what happens is they deliver that food,
I love
and you
how,
gotta get your orders in by like 3 o'clock.
I love how they didn't tell us how to make that at all. It was like the chicken, the special rub recipe that I'm not telling you at all.
Right.
And
I
then-
wonder if that one's on the actual website. Or maybe not. I mean, that's how they make their living, so I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And then they
fair. They're like,
have
we'll
anybody
let you,
stealing
we'll
your
let
stuff.
you see it,
Yeah.
but we won't let you.
if you really want
fair.
it, then you need to order it yourself and then
Right.
do it and see what's on it for yourself as you're eating it.
Basically.
And I thought it was cute that he had his Snoop had his Pomona Steelers little football team there. That was really cute with the earmuffs, almost literally like every 3 minutes. Because the sexual innuendos are just so lit. It's just so forced, as Tamara would say. Have you guys ever seen that green egg? That grill they showed? Okay. See, I was trying to get Chef Spank on here, talk to him earlier today, because he would have been the perfect person to talk about that. But I guess it was last minute, couldn't make it. So maybe next week, maybe in the future, calling you out. You better come through so we can pick your brain about this the chef life and the egg, because it must be really expensive.
Yeah.
And I mean, to me, it just looks like a regular grill. It's just shaped different, but obviously it's way more to that than just what the eye sees. At the end, the Life Squad fantasy team.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So if you guys had to pick 3 celebrities to be on your squad, I'll tell you guys mine first.
Okay, go.
Because in my mind, Jesus Christ is a celebrity to me. So that's number 1. Almighty himself, he would be on the squad holding it down. He's number 1. Jada Pinkett Smith, because that's my boo. I love
That's your
her.
boo? You guys hang out?
I'm her.
Oh, okay.
I'm her.
I didn't. Hey, Jada.
Is
Yeah.
your band heavy metal?
No. That's the one
it
thing.
hers?
Yeah, it's Wicked. Forgot what it's called. Wicked something. But that was the one thing I was just kind of like, not my thing. But she can sing. And then Meryl Streep.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Nice.
I like that little duo.
Okay.
I mess with her the hard way.
You got 2 religious figures and then Jada Pinkett Smith.
Yeah, she's a rebel. She's a rebel in my clique.
Okay.
It's my spirit animal.
I got mine.
Okay.
What's
There you
yours,
go.
Tamara?
I'm obsessed right now with Jake Tapper. He's on CNN, and I watch his. I record his show every day because he's so dryly funny. Like,
Right.
He reports on what's happening, and then he slides in this like comment that's always just like so under the radar, like a professional journalist who just like throws shade at Trump just under his breath.
Which makes him perfect in
Yeah.
every single way.
He's
Don't get me
so
started.
funny.
And who's your other two?
A representative Maxine Waters. I'm also obsessed with right now.
Wow.
Really? Were you gonna say that?
My pick.
Oh my God, she is just those no nonsense.
Oh my God.
Faces that
She has created the phrase "no credibility," and when I saw her say that on MSNBC, I was like, "We have to meet and be best friends."
I love you.
that press conference where she
Yes.
says, "What do you want?"
Yeah. What do you want? What do you want? What do you
Holla at
want?
me.
Holla at me.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good one.
Oh, wait,
and
your
who's your
third?
And my third is probably Snoop's buddy Willie Nelson, because I'm just a huge fan and always reminds me of my dad. Grew up with him. And
I like your fantasy
I like
squad team.
yours.
Your life
Yeah.
squad team.
that's
What's
Great.
That was
oh,
perfect.
Thanks, guys.
You guys made me
Wow.
think of another person. I had a bonus person, but go.
Okay, I have a bonus person. Can we do bonus people?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Start with your first three.
My first would have to be Kiki Palmer.
Okay, I see it.
Because
I see
low
it.
key, her and I are best friends.
Right.
She doesn't know it, but I know it. My second person would have to be Angela Rye. I absolutely love her. She's a political commentator on CNN, and she just delivers it to the people, honey. She lets them know.
I saw a video of her earlier
Yeah,
today.
she's fabulous. And my third would have to be the Twitter queen, Chrissy Teigen, because she keeps it
She's
real.
good. She's good. She's a good one.
My bonus would have to be Dorothy Dandridge, because I'm obsessed
wow.
with her. I live for Dorothy Dandridge. She's
awesome.
she's like the epitome of Hollywood to me. Just Hollywood glamour and class. And I just really love her. So
I like your picks too.
yeah.
My
Great.
bonus person is Elizabeth Warren.
Oh
Yeah,
nice.
that's great. I love how we all
I was
clearly
like,
the political climate is very thick right now because we
is.
all chose political people.
She doesn't mess around.
She doesn't.
And I love her. Like I just want to call her Auntie Liz.
That's how I feel about Maxine Waters. I feel like Maxine Waters.
Maxine too.
Yes, she is. She's my aunt. Mm-hmm. She doesn't know it either. I know.
Did you read that article where that it was from? What was it from? Esquire or something, that the author called her Maxine
Auntie?
Waters, yeah, and was like, she's like your rich auntie, or she's like your auntie that got rich selling Avon and doesn't like your father.
Yes.
Dang,
No,
straight
Maxine.
up.
Listen, Maxine delivers it for the people. She does not waste any time. She lets you know what it is. She says, "What do you want? What do you want from me? I don't have time."
There must be a
No
wait
credibility.
list. There must be a waiting list to become like her niece and
There
honorary
has to
niece
be.
and
I hope
everything.
I'm on like the top 10 because I would really love to meet her.
You know what I enjoyed a lot these last few episodes on the Potluck dinner? DJ Fred Wreck. He was more
Yeah, he was
present.
like more present.
And you know what? It's never his fault because you never know how they're going to edit it. I'm sure he's probably present and he talks throughout, the
Right,
segments.
true.
And,
I noticed that too.
I was very happy to see
Yeah,
that. I was-
especially in the football episode, he was laughing and you
Yes,
know,
and he
very-
reminded Martha and Snoop, like, make sure you give your guests a drink.
Right,
It's a football
yeah, yeah.
party. Like,
Yeah.
handle it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was like, yay.
Yeah, it's
DJ
fun
Fred
getting some
Wreck.
personality from him.
Exactly. And it's not like I was against them before. It was just kind of like, I want to see you more. You're there.
Yeah.
So I'm glad they kind of gave him a little more shine. I want that every episode.
Pressure.
I know. Well, these things have already
Listen
been
up,
taken.
VH1.
These things have already been filmed and cut and sent to the network or whatnot. So it's no telling what we're gonna get in these next episodes. Speaking of episode 8, High on the Hog, this recent episode tonight, the hog. Like Martha
It made
went
me
all
real-
in.
It made me really sad.
Listen, I've been
Honestly.
to a couple of luau's in Hawaii, and I get it. They do the whole pig on the stick and everything.
And
but
I love bacon.
I like to
and
see
it
that
makes me
from
feel sad.
afar.
Yeah,
To see it like just spliced
Yeah.
open,
Sliced
like, that.
It
Yeah.
looked like science class.
It did. It reminded me of when we did the
and I
worm,
just
the
pictured,
frog.
yeah, and I pictured the process that it took to kill the pig, And I would just rather see bacon for sale at the grocery store.
Yeah.
Like I can't.
You don't
want to
see how the sausage is made.
I don't.
And
I
you
don't
know, a
wanna see
person
that.
that's like vegan would be like, oh, you can't take it like that, but you're sitting there eating it like this.
And that's very true. I do love bacon, and I do eat it.
I would never get rid of bacon, but
I can't get rid of bacon. Sorry, but I don't want to see. I just don't want to see a pig just.
Yeah.
I mean,
cut
from
open
the
that's fair.
nose to the literally
Yeah.
the junk,
It made me so.
and that makes me
sad.
think about. Don't you like chitterlings? Chitterlings?
No.
Your parents just
No,
cook
no,
it all the
see,
time.
she tried to throw me under the bus. My family, my mom and
didn't
dad,
like 'em.
they're from North Carolina. My mom was raised in Clinton.
But you just always
North
grew
Carolina.
around. You
Yeah, I
grew
mean,
up smelling it in the house.
Right, yeah. I mean, she's from Clinton, not even Clinton. They say Clinton, North Carolina.
Well,
So
that's
it's
what I was looking for when I saw the pig
Yeah.
sliced open. I was just kind of
No,
like,
like, it's-
what other parts are in there?
She grew up on that, and even like when you go to her hometown, you can smell it. Like when they kill the pigs or whatever, like you can literally smell it.
Straight
Yeah.
shit.
So I mean, she grew up on that, and that's okay if that's her thing. That is not my thing.
Okay,
But-
I was just curious.
No, I can't.
But I think we all equally kind of cringed at that part.
Yeah, it disturbed me.
Just a little bit. Just like,
Yeah.
why, Martha, why you just can't make some ribs? Why
Right? Why can't you
Why
just
you
buy
just
it?
you gotta
Yeah.
go
Why can't you just buy
upper
it, like-
echelon, like
Right.
Snoop says.
Also, I always
Okay.
gotta I feel production wise, like they probably went through a couple of those just to, they'll have the one that
that she did early that morning because it takes a lot longer to make,
So
and
that
then they
means
had the
there
one.
were two that were just.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they were already deceased. I don't think they
Killed them for the show.
Yeah, I don't think they slaughtered them but still, it's just a lot. And then when it was done, you just see it. You see the face, the eyes, the
Yeah.
nose. It's a little much for me. So I was more a fan. Obviously, I think we all were more a fan of the ribs that Snoop decided to make.
and Khalees brought candied bacon. They
That
didn't really
looks so
pay
good.
much
You know
attention to
Side
that.
note, that was the first time that I kind of saw Khalees's personal side, and I really dig her. I mean, I've always liked her, but I remember being a kid and buying her first CD.
Of course.
Yeah, and her song "I Hate You So Much Right Now." Yeah. Anyway, I've always been a fan, but I didn't even know that she left the music industry completely and went to culinary school. Like I didn't know any
That
of
was
that.
something really amazing
That was great.
to reveal on this show, because sometimes people come on, you get the guests and they're just like, yeah, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, but she actually had a entire switch up
Right. No,
that I
and
don't think anybody has been
I
talking
didn't know
about.
that. I didn't know that at all. At all. I didn't know it. The only thing I know about her is the songs that she had and that she was with Nas.
And
That's
that
it.
she's Nas's ex.
Yeah, and they have a kid. They have
they
a
have
child,
a kid. Yeah,
and
they have a child.
that's it. But so it was great to see more about her, and I really liked. She was very down to earth. It seemed, and
Yeah, she took like the mother figure when it was time
Yeah.
to put the hog in that grill
Yeah.
box
I
or
love
whatever.
that. She was
Push
like,
it down.
She was like,
Push
two
it
grown
down.
men.
She was like, "Come
Yeah.
on, Snoop, push
She
it
was
in
like
there."
two grown men, and you guys are scared.
You see, Snoop wasn't trying to really mess with that pig.
Yeah,
he was like,
he
"I'm
didn't
gonna
wanna talk it.
escort you to the
And,
grill."
Right.
and Fat Joe, since he wouldn't eat pork, I'm wondering is he Muslim or something? I wonder
No,
why he
because
doesn't.
my dad doesn't eat pork either, and he's not Muslim. And I honestly, I've always wanted to know why my dad does not eat pork, but apparently he stopped in college and just like my mom has to get turkey bacon for him, like when we eat breakfast and stuff like that. But he's just not a pork person. I
I
don't
know a
what
few
it is.
people that don't.
I
do
wonder
it.
why, like what it is.
Well, I mean, I've seen all type of videos and things like if it's not cooked correctly, how that can be just all bad
care.
for the
I want
inside
a
of
whole
like.
plate of bacon.
My thing is like
Thanks.
I want to cook it, and if I want to know who's cooking it. Like I don't
Right,
go
yeah.
out to restaurants that often and order pork.
That's how I am with chicken. I'll eat it if it's like made from. If I know who's cooking it, I won't just
Right.
order it in a restaurant.
Right. I'm not quick. Even though like what is it? Al Corban tacos are supposed to be like super popular because that's the pork and it's most flavorful. I'm just not with it like that if I
you
don't know
know,
you like
that's
that.
how
Because
I am.
mistakes happen. Stuff
Right.
happens. You just never know. And you won't know until someone's sick.
right.
So I just don't have the time to kind of like
Well, oddly
double
enough-
dutch with the chances.
Right.
And I'd rather it be cooked in my home or it's my
I don't
family
know.
or
I
friend.
if it's not like a soul food place, I normally don't order chicken or whatever. But oddly enough, side note, I'm Southern and I like grits, and my mom cooks grits. in an amazing way. And there are lots of restaurants that will have like shrimp and grits and that kind of thing on their menu. And I just can't, I'm too afraid. Like I like my grits a certain way, and
That's
just
the
can't
one thing
do
I've
it.
noticed about people and their grits. They are very particular. Like,
Very particular.
I don't eat grits, but I know people
very
that do it.
particular.
Some people like it with salt. Some people like it with sugar. Some
Sugar,
people
yeah.
like it stiff. Some people like it loose and
Right.
like soupy.
I'm very
There's
particular.
some
How do you
people
like
like
it?
a pound and a half of butter in it.
I like it very like thick. I also, growing up as a kid, my mom would fix me.
She likes her grits like she likes her men.
Ooh,
Oh.
come with it.
Oh. But I don't even know how to bounce back from that. But yeah, no, I like my grits very thick. And my mom used to, growing up as a baby, she would fix sausage and grits, and she would take like a lot of American cheese and like just swirl it around, and so it was just like this thick ball of sausage and grits and cheesy it was just
Yum.
See,
delicious.
that sounds so good, but I just don't. Maybe whoever tried to have me eat grits for the first time when I was young.
Well,
it just-
actually, one of my best friends I
just
grew
won't.
up with, she does not like grits, and she will only eat my mother's grits. My mom is an amazing cook, and I think I've
You've
told
mentioned
you.
that,
Yes.
Right, I mean, like my friends.
I'm gonna need that invite
Yeah,
to the
I mean,
cookout.
you're always invited, and sometimes I get offended because my friends, when I come home, they come to my house, but I don't know if they're coming for my mother's food or for
Or
me.
for you, it's a combination of the two. I'm sure.
Okay, well, that
they
makes
have
me
a
feel
reason
better.
to come to your mom's house and
Right.
get some of that food.
But I don't know, low key they're like, hey, mom. So it's like, I don't know. But yeah,
Look,
I mean,
Mama Ava, what's up?
yeah, so yeah, I mean, I like my grits a certain way. I like my sweet tea a certain way. So I guess everyone has like their certain,
Yeah. For sure.
I'll
food-
order bacon anywhere.
Your
though.
home cook, like the food you grew up with, you want it
Yes,
very,
a very
specific
specific-
way.
and it's-
I'm the same way. My mom's Italian, so any Italian food I'm very specific
Right,
about.
and especially not being in the South, ordering grits, it's like, how do you
It's a
know how to
little
cook
strange,
grits? What are you
right,
doing?
right,
like,
right.
I don't. This doesn't add up.
So, I mean, before I die, before I leave this
Oh,
earth,
wow, we just got deep.
I want to try like the best grits ever because
come to
as
my
of
house.
right now, I'm like
Yeah.
not having it. I'm
Come
not
to
for
my
it.
house.
I won't
I,
do it.
I like
I'm
grits,
like it's
but
like
I don't
weird
know
soupy
authentic
rice.
grits.
Well, come to Charleston, South Carolina. You are invited. The next time I go home,
Okay.
you have to pay for your own flights.
Okay.
Sorry,
but
I
can
don't
you
have it
put
like
me
that.
up? Can
I'm
you
so-
put me up? Can I get a couch?
Sleeping
Sleeping bag on the board? Okay, I
Everything
can-
is taken care of, but just getting to Charleston, I can't help you.
Okay.
But you are invited. And the next time that I visit
Oh,
home,
I'm gonna make
you're
it there
invited.
for some grits and some other things. I just don't want no chitlins.
We'll take the train.
No,
Just
my
tell
mom,
your mom
listen,
to hold the chitlins.
my
Tell her
mom,
to hold the
she-
chitlins.
She puts in the work. I mean, homemade fried green tomatoes.
See,
shrimp
I've
and
never had that, and I
grits.
want that too.
She does the whole thing. So
I forget, where'd you grow up?
I grew up in LA.
Oh,
I was
okay.
born in Belize, but I grew up in LA. So I've been
okay.
here since I was
born
2.
in Belize. That's like
I'm a little,
I was
Central
just born in
American.
Florence, South Carolina, and I don't have anything
Nah,
fancy.
you're very, very articulate and
Oh,
very
wait,
special.
so just because I'm from the South means that we're not articulate? Let me go ahead and kill this stereotype. Just because
That's
people are
not
from
what
the
I
South
meant. That's
does
not what I meant.
mean okay.
Don't try and twist my words.
Okay.
That's not what I meant. I just meant like you're a very special country bumpkin. That's all.
No, I'm not from the
I'm
country.
just kidding. I'm
though.
just kidding. You're a very amazing person. Can I just leave it there? I'm gonna just leave it
Yes.
there. So, Fat Joe brought some cabbage.
No, honestly, my hometown is like New Orleans. It's literally like a southern. New
Oh,
Orleans.
and I've been there. I like that.
It's like actually, it's like a southern Boston.
Okay, I've never been to Boston, but I can imagine.
Yeah, that's Charleston.
But people are nicer.
Charleston
And-
was voted the nicest city in
Yeah,
the country.
it's the number
Yeah.
one.
In the
Friendly
country?
people.
Yeah.
Friendly
Wow.
people, yeah.
Thank you, Josh.
You're
The
welcome.
only person that has my back for my hometown. But
Why
yeah,
is she making it sound like I don't have her back?
it's the number one tourist spot in the country right now. It's a very, very
What?
nice. Yeah, I live like 5 minutes from the beach. My house
Wow.
is behind the marsh.
Really?
Yeah, it's a
Okay,
beautiful
so I'm gonna need
place.
pictures.
I will give you
I
pictures.
need pictures.
I will give you receipts. Of my
Thank
hometown.
you, thank you, and thank you for that
They
tidbit,
got a cheesecake
Josh.
factory there?
She came again from my hometown. Actually, they don't, but we have California Dreamin'.
I've never even heard
What's
of that.
Oh my gosh! And we have Zaxby's.
Wait,
and
how
we
do you have a California
Cookout,
Dreamin' and
we
it's not
have-
California and we don't have one here?
I
What
can't
is
answer
that?
that for you.
What is that?
It's a restaurant, and they have the best croissants ever.
It's breakfast, lunch, dinner, all
Dinner,
of that.
breakfast, all of that, the whole thing.
They have alcohol.
Yeah,
happy hour?
it's a nice dinner spot. But we have Zaxby's. We have all the fast food joints that LA that California doesn't have. Zaxby's, Cookout. Bojangles,
Oh, Lord.
all of that stuff. Good Southern food. That'll I leave my hometown literally like 5 pounds heavier because the
Really?
food is just so amazing. Yes.
Okay, so it's a done deal. I'm going out there.
Okay.
I'm going out there. You're gonna be my
This
personal
AfterBuzz
tour.
panel is sponsored by the Charleston Tourist
Really, I
Bureau.
have really promoted the crap out of my hometown.
No, I want to go.
Okay.
I want to go.
That's where the food is at. I'm sure Martha and
And food
Snoop
is
know.
life. Food is life.
It
I
really
love
is.
food, so I'm ready to jump on that train. Okay.
Well, you're invited.
Thank you very much. I'm so happy. So this last episode, I guess we see him do his baked pork ribs with his secret sauce from Uncle Rio, which we
Rio.
don't know.
We don't know the sauce.
And he said that his recipe was Jesus.
was Jesus.
Okay.
And then he
That's
did the
good.
baked beans. So it was funny because he popped them out of the can.
And Martha was like,
Martha, you've got to enhance those. Like the can. And he's like, wait, I'm not done. Got a little extra
Got a little
Jesus in this
Jesus
bowl.
and Moses,
which
the
was
10
like cut up, what was it? Celery, carrots, and something.
Onions, carrot. Yeah.
But you know what I wasn't with? The amount of bourbon that I
Oh
mean,
my
they
gosh,
You
just-
put a
and the
lot.
bourbon.
He was
Oh, and
just
brown
like-
sugar and bourbon.
I was
Yeah.
like, okay. Like I don't want to get wasted off
It cooks
of
off.
beans.
I guess
does.
you have to
It
cook
cooks
it long
off.
enough.
Right.
But I still feel like you could get a little.
I don't know. Can
Just
I
a
get
little
wasted off
bit.
of my drink and not beans? You know? That's all I'm saying.
You get a little titch, maybe. I don't
I'm
know.
not
Because
trying to
how
do
much
that
is
off
it
of
really going to
beans.
cook off, Tamara?
I don't know. I thought as soon as it hits just I thought like even low heat it cooks off.
What I found crazy with going back to the hog, the full hog, the syringing and everything, Martha drops a little tidbit and she goes, if you really want to do this, you have to chill the pig overnight in your refrigerator.
right.
And when I looked
I'm
at it, I
not
was like,
chilling a
who
pig
has
overnight.
a space?
Right.
Yeah.
Only
Who has a
Martha Stewart.
refrigerator that can even...
Only Martha Stewart.
Okay.
See, those are the comments. Like, I think they need to play down the sexual innuendos and play up the bougie remarks of like she's always like, you know,
Her
in your
Sub-Zero.
in your refrigerator that we all
She has
have
an entire,
in your wine
like,
cellar
just-
downstairs.
yeah,
you know,
that's
like
exactly what I was
those
thinking.
comments are what's funny, and those seem very organic to me.
She was being honest because she has somewhere to
But
chill
you know what?
at.
I appreciate because Martha is she's very honest with her bouginess. She's like, wait, I have to prep these beans. Wait, so for the pig, you need to have a refrigerator for it, like I do. Like she just doesn't hide it. But I get you though. It does need to be more relatable because everyone can't clear out their refrigerator.
I think
for a
majority
pig.
of the
Also-
people weren't going to make a whole pig in their
Right.
kitchen anyway. So.
I think
I don't even
she-
have room for a whole pig.
Are we
in my
gonna get
refrigerator.
to? Wait, was it this episode where they played the game of
Have you ever?
answer? What did you
Oh,
spend
are
your
we
biggest
playing
check
that?
on?
Yeah, I've got it.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
I've
'Cause
got it.
I
You
got
want
a
to
comment.
start?
I have a comment
Wanna
about
start
that.
it? Okay. All right.
Uh-oh.
All right.
No, I think she was when she got the question, what
The
did you
biggest check?
spend on your biggest check, and she goes, I made the mistake of not spending it. I think she was alluding to
That's why
because
she
she went
has
to
money
prison.
now, or
No, because she went to prison for tax evasion and stuff with her finances. I think she was alluding to that.
Oh, was she? I didn't take it like that
Yeah.
because I felt like she had a
Oh,
big
maybe
check
she
before that.
was.
I think
maybe
she meant she was like,
But it's first big check. That wasn't her first big check.
Yeah.
She had got a first
And
big
the
check
prison that
years
she
and
went
years
to,
and years ago.
let's be real. The prison that she went to was very nice,
Oh,
wasn't
for
it?
sure.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah.
She
She
wasn't.
wasn't-
She wasn't out
No,
here.
she
But
wasn't in-
again,
yeah.
that question was your first big check. So that means when she finally made it big and she got that
Right.
first big check.
Big check.
And I felt like when she said she didn't get a chance to spend it, I felt like she obviously saved it and put it towards making more big checks. That's what I thought she meant.
That's what I thought too. But that's a good point.
I thought she meant she was like on the road to not, she saved it. And so I'm not even sure exactly what she went to jail for. It had something to do with her finances.
wasn't it with like the stocks or whatever? She like put money in.
Maybe
stocks
it was,
and-
yeah, what is that
thought it
called
was
when
tax
you
evasion.
invest in your own?
Yeah, like you something. Anyway, she went to prison.
Insider trading.
Insider trading,
trading. Josh for the win. Woo!
Keeping us
Josh
honest.
is the MVP right now.
I know. We're a little off tonight.
It's late. It's
He's
late,
like-
and now we're cooking like hogs in here because
Oh,
it's
now
getting
you feel
warm.
it because you
Now
sure
I'm
wasn't
feeling
feeling
yeah.
it before. Because
I'm
I was
ready
hot
for this
since working.
game,
I'm
though.
getting
Okay,
dewy.
so look, the first question: have you ever gotten an injury from sex? Maybe we should ask Josh too. He's like the only guy. You want to start? You want to start?
I want to
Ava?
answer this question. That's embarrassing.
I'm appalled at this question.
Yeah.
Girl, you better answer it.
And
You want to play it. You better give me an answer.
I'm appalled at this question, and I will bougily, because that's a word, plead the fifth on that question.
Oh, this is have I never ever. There's nothing left in my cup. Tamara, you haven't?
Nope.
I have not to the point where it was like really serious. I may have like bumped my elbow or something like that, or hit my head on the nice
disappointed.
on the headboard or something.
Disappointed.
Really
disappointed.
basic. Really basic. Or I may have slid off the bed on accident trying to do the most.
Okay.
Okay, so the next
I just
question,
pictured that.
Josh.
I haven't personally, but I think I've caused one. But not in the way, not in the way you're thinking. Not long story.
Hurting on a few people.
Wow.
I didn't. Not like
He
that.
woke us
though.
up.
Not like
Hello.
that. I wasn't. It's not like that.
Hello. Hello from the injury. Okay, the next question. What's the dirtiest thing you've done in a car? Like, I feel like this is the same.
Dirtiest thing you've done in a car.
Blown my nose.
Ava's so dainty.
I know. I don't want to talk about this. This is mind your
Yeah.
business. That's all. Mind your business.
Mind your business.
I'm not going to ask you either, Josh, because he's going to come up with some crazy
Right,
answers.
some crazy stuff. Can we get like a nice question?
Yeah.
Have you ever like?
Okay, well, think of one.
Have you ever?
Doom, 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 doom.
Have you?
There we
Oh,
go.
thank you.
No, but you got to actually think while it's
Okay.
playing.
Have you guys ever been
Let's-
embarrassed on a date? Have you ever done anything embarrassing on a date that you were?
Yes.
Okay. That's
So
an easy
I had
question.
a first date with this guy. He was taking me out for wings.
Okay.
This place I'd never been to. My first time having lemon pepper wings ever in my life.
Okay.
And I bit into the wing. And for some reason, I don't know if it was just that fresh or what, but something squirted out of the wing onto him.
Okay.
And it was the most humiliating. It was really
How do you
weird.
react?
It was like grease or something. I don't know what it was, but I just bit into it and said, psst. And he jumped. I jumped. I didn't want to eat anymore. I was all of a sudden not hungry. And it was very humiliating.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay then. What
That
about
was
you?
the
Was he
first and
cool
last
about
date.
it, or did he make a big?
He didn't make a big deal about it, but it
some
doesn't
dude was
matter
gonna
when
make
you're
a big deal
embarrassed.
about it, I'd have been. That's like, oh, we're done then.
Yeah, he
He's
didn't
gonna
make a
be a
big
big
deal about
baby.
it, but I was already embarrassed. Or there was a time where it might have been Cheesecake Factory, and I took a lemon wedge to squeeze it on like my fish, and then it snatched out of my hand and hit the guy next to us. And he had like a lemon seed stuck on his leg still, and I was trying to like brush it off.
That's not okay.
Things like that.
Okay.
Just food problems.
Okay.
Embarrassing? I can't think. I mean, I could probably think of something. I can't right immediately. Nothing comes to mind. I don't do anything embarrassing.
Oh, she's perfect.
And Ava?
Actually, on a date, I do have an embarrassing story which I won't tell. But however, I will say that when it comes to food, I for some reason lose my appetite on dates, and
no.
I pick something safe, and I pick like salad so that I'm
hell
not
no.
having to like order a burger and stuff.
See,
my
the one thing
face
about
or-
that is I cannot be hangry. And if I order a salad, I will be hangry because
But-
I will be starving still.
Yeah,
and
also,
then,
I can't-
depending on what we're talking about,
Exactly.
like I could get worked up.
I can't focus
He
in
might
if
see
I'm
another-
looking at.
yes.
I'm like, oh, I want
No,
that.
I'm
I
just
want that. I
too-
can't focus on what you're
I
talking
have
about.
to eat.
The Virgo in me, I'm too analytical and I think about everything. So
I'll
it's
stay
like
away from like some tacos, maybe sometimes something that's
No.
sloppy, but I'm for sure gonna
I'm
eat.
ordering 3 leaves and light dressing so that I know that when I pick up the fork and I put the food in my mouth that I don't have like
But you
mayonnaise
can still
on
have
the
like
side.
spinach in your teeth from salad. You can still have things in your teeth from salad.
And that's fair, but I'm trust me, I think about all of this. But then like once we're in a relationship and it's like way down the line, I order like a huge burger with extra mayonnaise and I don't care.
Girl, you
But,
gonna
like, on
get
the
all of
first
that. You gonna get
date-
all of that on the first day. You gonna know what's
No.
coming from the rest from here and here on out.
No. Okay, PSA, if you take me out on a date, I am ordering 3 leaves.
If you take her
and
on a
side
date,
of
order the girl a
vinaigrette.
burger. Just order her a burger. You know she want it.
won't
You know
eat it.
she need it.
I won't eat it. I will not eat
Cut
it.
it with a knife and fork. Eat
No.
it like
Won't you?
that.
Yeah. What's wrong with a steak?
No, I'm just too paranoid. I mean, no, because listen, if I'm gonna get a hamburger, I'm gonna pick it up with my hands and eat it. You know what I mean?
Or steak. What about steak?
I'm
That's
not a
knife.
steak person.
What about pasta?
Ava, you're exhausted.
I am a pasta person, but I don't eat pasta because I'm on a diet.
This girl, I cannot deal. What did you guys think about that Remy Ma and Fat Joe performance?
Remy
at the
Ma
end?
is everywhere.
Remy
I don't
Ma is
know,
the shit. I like her. I love her.
She was hot back in the day, like coming up when I was coming up or whatever. And then she kind of like she's
No,
like
she
back.
went to prison. I mean, she went to jail.
Oh, ooh.
That's why she didn't just die off.
Oh,
she went
she was
to
in
jail.
prison for
What
that
jail
long?
for?
She
was in
she
prison for that long, though?
She shot her friend in the club. She thought she was like stealing money from her or something. Like something happened really shady, and she showed her that she was about that life.
Wow.
And throughout her being in jail the whole time, her husband Papoose, which is another
Wait, they were
rapper,
married when she went to jail?
No, he was with her. I feel like they were married, and then they had the actual wedding when she got out. Josh.
Oh, where'd he
I
go?
think you're right about that.
Huh?
What you're saying is right.
Okay.
Wait,
thank
she
you.
shot somebody?
Yeah, girl.
How long was she in jail? Y'all.
She
what?
just got out like a couple years ago.
But like, how long was she in there for?
However
Period.
long it takes when
I
you
think
shoot
like
somebody.
at least 5.
And
Yeah.
didn't die. They
was
must
in
not
there for
have
a good
died.
amount
How
of
do you
time.
kill someone
No,
and
they
get a
didn't
five?
die.
Somebody.
How do you
They
kill
didn't die.
somebody and get a...
She didn't kill him.
Yeah, she didn't kill the person.
She just shot somebody.
shot her.
She
She
shot
didn't
somebody.
die.
So they were injured, but they
It
weren't.
wasn't
they
a
didn't.
homicide. It was like aggravated assault.
But isn't
And
that
it was
even
like her
attempted
friend.
murder though?
Yeah, it was low-key attempted murder, but it was
Okay.
somebody she
I'm gonna
knew.
Google it. I'm gonna Google it.
It was somebody she knew.
How do you get 5 years off of that?
But anyway,
Ooh, we gotta wrap this up. I'm baking in here.
Yeah, I just love her because I love her relationship with her husband.
Yeah, they
And
are great.
They are like they're
I saw them
goals.
on the reel the
They're
other
great.
All right,
day.
here we go. Rapper Remy Ma has been sentenced to 8 years in prison.
8. That's almost a
Oh.
decade.
Yeah, but you shot somebody.
No, but
Shot-
I'm saying just so
Shot
you
her
know,
her
you,
ex-friend in
Yeah.
a beef over money.
over money. She thought she stole some money from her.
She shot like people just for shooting in the air can get like.
She shot the
20
girl
years.
like in the stomach at a club. Like
And the
She
girl obviously
probably
survived.
got one of those Martha prison cells that was just like,
How
your
you get that
private
sen-
cell.
She served
got-
6 of her 8 years.
so she was good behavior. It was good behavior. Got out.
She shot. there's-
Anyway, I like her, so don't be trying to tear her down.
I do.
And don't
I'm just,
don't
I'm
come
just,
for her because she will come for you.
yeah, please don't. But I mean, no, I'm just trying to understand because I mean, there's people in there for weed that have like 10, 15
Yeah,
years.
well,
but anyway,
It's
That's
whatever.
a whole
It's
other
whatever.
conversation
It's
if we're
whatever.
gonna talk about
right.
this.
Wrong show. Wrong show.
Anyway,
Please still like me. Follow me on Instagram. But no, I do like Remy Ma. I really do, despite all of that. And I love her husband. They were on the reel a couple of episodes ago, and I think that their chemistry is great.
yeah,
they're great.
he rides hard for her,
Yeah.
so I love that. All right, well, that was
That was that.
this has been your after show for episodes 6 through 8.
Dang.
I'm
never-
We had to come.
did it.
We had to really like
Bring it.
squeeze it in. But it's been real. We hope you join us next week. I'm your host, Robin with a V, McSweeney. You can find me at B Stays Biz McSweeney. You can find me at B Stays Busy. Tamara, let them
I'm
know.
Tamara Brown. You can find me on Instagram at Tamara_blue.
Okay, guys, despite my host coming for me this entire episode, my name is Ava Hill, and you can find me on Instagram at the Ava Hill.
Ava Hills. Everybody,
Hill.
next week. Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.